Oh my, this is your so-called leading technology. Leading in what exactly? This WeChat can't even open, and when it does, it crashes. I have to delete it. I'm an e-commerce seller, and now all my chat records are gone. What should I do? This is a huge loss. Charging is extremely hot. Sometimes it doesn't even charge. Huawei says it's because the power bank is too hot, but why is charging so hot? The phone's film has already been burnt off twice. Look at this film. This is the second time already. It's all curled up. I just bought it a few days ago. It's so misleading. Since the United States began imposing sanctions on Huawei, the issue with its chips has become a significant weakness. Lacking American chip technology, Huawei has had to rely on its self-developed chips, but their recent smartphones have been notoriously difficult to use. This is part of the more I use it, the smoother it gets series. I'm turning it on and it takes 3 minutes. I really can't believe it. This brand new device takes so long to start up, it's unbelievable.
Nova 9 SE, Nova 10 SE, and now the Nova 11 SE. All three generations use the Snapdragon 680 processor. They don't even change the processor, and this time they're even promoting a small base 100 million pixels camera. I doubt whether this processor U can handle it without getting overloaded. Clearly, this is another case of preying on consumers who don't understand phones.
The annual new flagship Nova 11 SE is here. How bad can the latest Nova 11 SE be? It's basically 3 years behind its peers. Anyone recommending this phone to you is either foolish or malicious. Just block them. Huawei fans are immersed in the Mate 60 series being far ahead and suddenly this comes out. I really don't understand what Huawei is thinking. It's like blatantly scamming middle-aged, elderly people or even students without financial means with these substandard phones, isn't it? Just blatantly taking advantage of the brand to scam money. From the online reviews of Huawei's new phones, it's evident that although Huawei presents itself well using its brand advantage in China and extensive false advertising, it has further deceived many vulnerable groups, including the elderly and students. On the other hand, this reflects a major crisis in Huawei's chip supply, where the company can only maintain the status quo by changing models and packaging. Essentially a case of old wine in new bottles. In addition to the poor quality of the phones, Huawei's AI functionality has also been heavily criticized. Let me show you how Huawei perfectly photoshopped a high-definition moon picture right before my eyes. On the night of Mid-Autumn Festival, everyone was sharing pictures of the moon. I also raised my Huawei P50 Pro to give it a try. I aimed at the moon and clicked a few times. The moon's clarity wasn't great when I was taking the photo, but when I checked the pictures later, wow, it photoshopped a high-definition moon picture for me. It even changed the position of the moon I shot. I just want to know, is this still the moon I just photographed?
Look at this moon I just photographed. Impressive, right? You can see all these details.
That's fake.
How is it fake? I just photographed this moon.
No, I mean the moon in your photo is fake. Photoshopped on.
I didn't Photoshop it. This is the moon I photographed.
I mean, your phone has an AI algorithm that added a high-definition moon picture on it.
That's just because your phone makes it look like a light bulb. You're just jealous. That's why you're saying this.
It's not jealousy. Your phone's physical focal length is about 120 millimeters, 95 millimeters, right? An optical lens can capture such a high-definition moon. It's fake.
So what if it's fake or real? If I captured it, it's awesome. Does it really matter if it's fake or real?
Well, I guess fake or real isn't that important. Numerous online videos show that Huawei's phone cameras significantly alter and beautify the images, even changing the original appearance of objects. Exaggerated beauty functions and reality-altering automatic photo editing are becoming more common in Huawei phones. Several years ago, Huawei's CEO boasted at a lunch event about how their phone's moon photography surpassed Apple and Samsung. A marketing strategy that exemplifies how Chinese companies excel at gaining trust through falsehoods. Imagine, when you take a photo with a Chinese phone, the image might not be real or overly beautified. Over time, will people start to believe their phones more than what they actually see or feel? Will they prefer to live in a beautified illusion rather than the real world? In fact, Huawei's use of AI is not limited to overtly beautifying images, but is deeply involved in blocking politically sensitive information. Netizens have reported that Huawei phones often automatically delete politically sensitive or mistakenly identified sensitive photos. In a video, a man takes a photo with AI only for the photo to be automatically deleted. When he takes another photo without AI, he discovers that the AI has automatically replaced the new photo with the original. Such technology is deeply alarming. With the continuous development of AI, it could become a powerful weapon for the Chinese government to suppress and control humanity, using its autonomous control for comprehensive manipulation. Personal information on your phone could be arbitrarily deleted, copied, and misused, or even non-existent information could be stored on your phone. Media reports suggest that searching for keywords like, quote, automatic photo deletion on some platforms in mainland China reveals many Huawei users reporting issues with their phones deleting photos. The affected models include the Huawei P30 Pro, Nova, Mate 35G, Honor Play, Honor V9, and many others. Numerous users claim their phones automatically delete photos. Quote, I opened the gallery and watched as one album deleted photos one by one. Netizens also mentioned that they did not activate Huawei's phone manager's auto-delete duplicate photos feature, and the deleted photos were neither duplicates nor backed up to the cloud, yet the phone still automatically deleted them. Additionally, on Weibo, many users have reported issues with Huawei phones automatically deleting photos, with some even finding that customer service centers are unable to recover them. According to reports, Huawei's vice president of mobile product line, Li Xiaolong, explained the image and video deletion protection feature, stating that EMUI 9.0 introduced this function to monitor third-party applications deleting photos or videos from common gallery directories, providing alerts and allowing deleted content to be recovered from the gallery's recycle bin. However, his statement does not address why photos in the phone's system gallery are being automatically deleted, and Huawei has not provided a clear response or solution to this issue. Do you know which phone brand has the most ads? Huawei. Not to compare with Apple, but even compared to Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, Huawei has the most ads among mainstream smartphone manufacturers. The deficiencies in hardware are irreparable, and for years, Huawei has had to focus intensively on advertising. When it comes to phone ads, you have to look at Huawei. Huawei's phone ads are the most numerous among many phones. Also, Huawei has the most unavoidable ads in its UI. For a high-end phone brand, so many ads really feel out of place. More disgusting is that Huawei's HMS, Huawei Mobile Services, can be uninstalled or disabled. Do you know why? Because many ads rely on HMS. In fact, those who have used Huawei phones know that Huawei's phone ads are incessant. Waking up to find one's phone full of ads and wasting a lot of time viewing emails or messages due to these ads is not just a Huawei issue. Many Chinese brand phones have this problem. Another infamous feature of Huawei phones is the, quote, Huawei eavesdropping patent. On March 30th, 2021, Huawei announced a so-called, quote, legal eavesdropping patent. Huawei claimed this patent enhanced their eavesdropping efficiency, addressing issues such as the eavesdropping department being unable to filter the monitored data. Chinese Communist Party media commentator Xiang Ligang acknowledged that the patent could be used for eavesdropping without language limitations. By having the phone number or social media account of the target, the eavesdropping department could access all their communication data. When information is sent via online platforms, it must pass through a gateway department, which then relays relevant data to the eavesdropping center. In other words, using a Huawei phone means all information sent is filtered through Huawei or the Chinese government's network monitoring department, acting like a sleeve filtering all information before it's published. with a close watch on topics deemed by the Chinese government as politically sensitive or related to national security. Reports have sparked public concern over Huawei's move, with people believing that Huawei owes the public an explanation. However, mainland media reports on this matter were quickly deleted, and some netizens revealed that their accounts were blocked on WeChat for sharing this news. Xiang Ligang also admitted that in the past, the police needed authorization to monitor specific phone numbers. Monitoring used to require a person to watch numbers and users for a long time, which was costly and inefficient. Now, with Huawei's eavesdropping patent, large-scale monitoring can be done by machines. According to media reports, any government department interested in using this technology can purchase the patent from Huawei, which provides the monitoring equipment. However, the department authorized to monitor and collect intercepted information is not Huawei. Former Huawei Nanjing Research Institute engineer Jin Chun, now residing in the United States, revealed, quote, "Legal eavesdropping has always been Huawei's practice. With Huawei's overseas market blocked and its inability to manufacture chips, it has openly told domestic consumers that it has always been involved in such activities, previously hidden." Huawei's announcement of this is mainly for domestic relevant departments and competitors to know that Huawei has such technology and plays an important role in this field, urging them to give Huawei the green light. Jin Chun also disclosed that, quote, "Huawei's internal confidentiality system is extremely strict, completely classified and kept secret in a KGB-style manner. For example, the company's office area is divided into zones. The red zone is the most secret area, accessible only to specific people. Outside the red zone is the yellow zone with the next level of secrecy, followed by the blue zone and the outermost green zone, which is basically open. Personnel from different zones cannot move between zones, and the areas they can enter vary. Then, under the guise of a private enterprise, it becomes Huawei." He said, quote, "Huawei is now the main equipment provider for many telecommunication and telephone networks. Whether it's the basic backbone optical fibers or base station transmitters, hardware and software are almost entirely provided by Huawei, with China Mobile mainly using Huawei's technology. As long as it's on the internet, Huawei can monitor through transmission layers, distribution layers, application layers, etc., and there are many ways to do this," he said. Huawei has essentially become a tool and a pawn of the Chinese Communist Party, used by the CCP to achieve comprehensive control over the Chinese people, even to the extent of covertly monitoring every thought. Furthermore, any country can acquire this technology from the CCP, meaning that all information gathered using Huawei's technology by these countries will also be uploaded to the CCP's information database. This situation is alarming, as it's akin to the CCP casting a veiled net not only to monitor the Chinese people, but also to eavesdrop on the population of all countries using this technology. Any government that engages in such practices effectively becomes an accomplice of the CCP. Using the technology provided by the CCP to commit human rights violations similar to those of the CCP and uploading their citizens' information to an institution, and leaders of a communist country notorious for human rights abuses and lacking humanity. This is tantamount to betraying the safety of their own citizens to the CCP. Current affairs commentator Wu Zheseng pointed out in an online program that although foreign telecommunications companies may provide eavesdropping functions at the request of national security departments, Western countries have strict procedural oversight of eavesdropping, including approval by high-level department officials and court applications. Any violation can have severe consequences, which to some extent ensure that citizens are not illegally monitored. However, in China, there is no such check and balance on monitoring. The CCP's National People's Congress does not review reports submitted by surveillance agencies like in other countries, and powerful departments do not need to apply to courts for eavesdropping, nor is there any independent legal institution for oversight. leaving citizens' privacy unprotected. Regarding why Huawei disclosed its eavesdropping behavior, Jin Chuan believes, quote, Huawei initially didn't intend to announce it to the public. It might have been leaked by someone within the system, but now Huawei doesn't care about keeping this a secret anymore. The protection level for this information isn't as high as it used to be. It has been reported that Huawei has helped African countries and Eastern European countries like Romania build various eavesdropping projects. Jin Chuan also warned, quote, any telecommunications network built using Huawei is potentially subject to Huawei's eavesdropping. In China, using the China Mobile Network or any fiber optic internet like home internet will be subject to eavesdropping. No matter what device you use, even if it's not a Huawei phone, using an Apple phone for instance, you can still be eavesdropped on by Huawei. Abroad, companies like Deutsche Telekom and Belgium Telecom, which have close cooperation with Huawei, also face the possibility of Huawei eavesdropping when using phones. Jin Chuan finally stated, quote, Huawei is one of the most capable companies in mainland China. If Huawei fails, then the CCP's high-tech might fail as well. Although their high-tech fails, the CCP is a very despicable organization that plays dirty tricks and will continue to harass the free world using other methods, so we must be careful. Another former Huawei R&D employee revealed, quote, when I was doing R&D at Huawei in the early years, I knew about this eavesdropping feature. Huawei has many patents on the same subject. Huawei's eavesdropping level is quite high, and ordinary people being eavesdropped on would not know. The core of it is the, quote, core network. Legal eavesdropping is implemented in the core network, which is quite far from your phone. The voice and data of the user using the phone are transmitted through the base station to the core network, and the base station will not know whether it is being eavesdropped on. So no matter what brand of phone you use, Huawei can implement eavesdropping. In reality, Huawei is not just a simple phone brand. Hidden under a domestic brand is an all-pervasive, massive eavesdropping network. To use a metaphor, it's like the spiderweb cave mentioned in one of China's 4 great classical novels, Journey to the West. Once caught in the cave, one is entangled in the countless spiderwebs created by monsters, and any slight movement is immediately known to the monsters. Despite this, the solution is quite simple. Distance oneself from Huawei and the CCP, to no longer be deceived by beautiful lies and not to believe in the communist evil that has been trying to control humanity for a century.